good? What's good? What's good? What's going on with everybody? How y'all feeling? Late night special episode. You know what I'm saying? It's about 2 a.m. 2:15. Anyway, what's going on with it? Welcome back to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. You dig? Oops, great. Tonight, you know what I'm saying? It's late night. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to chill. We ain't trying to think or process nothing or analyze nothing. We just gonna check out a video that came across my visuals here. And it bugged me out because it's two people. It involves two people acting in a manner that's not reflective of what they've shown to be their entire careers. I'm going to say it out the way. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff. You know, I got to get the business out the way because I don't want to forget it because I'm smoking something different tonight. I feel like I'm going to forget some things. Y'all laugh at me, it's cool. I do it half the time just so y'all can have something to laugh at my fried ass. But, yeah, if you're smoking, light it up. If you're drinking, pour it up. It's late night. And we grown. So let's get to it. Now, the two people I'm speaking of, obviously you already know, because you click the thumbnail. Don't act like you don't know. Stephen A. Smith, sports journalist. Lebron James, also known as LeBron James. Basketball, great. Not greatest. But definitely great. Let's go check this exchange out. I'm going to tell you what I think everybody missing. Everybody getting cut up on the wrong thing, to be honest. So, let's go check out the video and see what's what with it because there's some phony fakery going on. Let's get to it. GILS Arena. Let me see it. Make sure I say it right. I rocks with it. I messes with GILS Arena for basketball. I don't really like they football commentary too much when they do it, but basketball there's no other place you should ever really go to hear real basketball opinions. Wait, except for Carmelo Anthony's podcast. That's fire. Now they got a Knicks fan that's just like co-host or whatever. I don't know. He look at the world through New York Knicks colored glasses or whatever. But I get it. So he a fan. But let's look at this real quick, and we're gonna go on and talk about it because I feel like everybody's tiptoeing around it because it's LeBron James, and then it's a segment out there tiptoeing around it because it's Stephen A. Smith, and that's who they watch every day on ESPN or his podcast. When you tend to like people, you tend to be a little more gentler with your critique of them or their actions. So let's get to it. We're gonna give them the real.
Sure, no problem.
But by now everyone knows about the situation with you and LeBron.
Right.
That's the biggest
Thursday.
shit I ever seen.
Thursday.
That was cool.
Let me get to this.
It's fun.
By now everybody knows about the situation with you and LeBron. Last Thursday, Knicks-Lakers game in Staples Center. During the stoppage and play, we've got the video as a reminder for viewers. During the stoppage and play between third and fourth quarter, Bron pulled up on you. Wanted some smoke with you.
Yep.
Brief interaction. Obviously, LeBron took issue with things that you have said, particularly about him and Bronny. Right. So here's the clip. It's very quick. Tried to get the lip reading. I hope the Legends got at least close to what happened. But I want to spin it forward to the Lakers-Celtics game on Saturday. Before the game, the ESPN Twitter account posted a clip of Richard Jefferson and LeBron talking before the game. The Legends once again on it. They seem to be talking about that situation that went down on Thursday. during the Lakers. Obviously, Lakers won that game. You were there. You saw Luka out there cooking LeBron as well. But that's neither here nor there. But you address.
I'm gonna go on and say it right now. Whatever LeBron was talking about right there don't really matter. But we gonna go on to listen to him get lost into the bullshit.
On Friday, First Take, and on the Stephen A. Smith Show, your podcast on YouTube. You addressed LeBron and RJ exchange on Monday on your show. So what do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor.
Where he go too deep. So I need to see what parts are people willing to separate. There's more than 2 parts to this shit. Part number 1, because that's where we at so far. Is it okay for LeBron James to play that I'm being a daddy role when his son is an NBA player? And he went out his way to make sure his son became an NBA player playing on the Los Angeles Lakers. So because that seems to be the part that keeps getting mentioned. Oh, he being a daddy. He being a dad. I get it. I get it. I got some crumb snatchers. I get it. But in this instance, during the season, when it sounds like the critiques that Stephen A, and I'm not defending him, just asking, when the critiques that Stephen A is saying is the same critiques GILS Arena says, I say it, I'm sure y'all say it, we all hear it at the barbershop. I'm saying, like, so it's not like he popping foul. These are critiques. Not I'm talking ill of him. I'm critiquing his game. Is that fair? Before we dive too far into it, we got to, before we can determine anything else, you got to determine that part first. Because if you feel like, hey, he being a daddy, then there's nothing else to be said. We can turn the video off. There's nothing else to watch. Like everybody's is trying to jumble everything to get everything's. It's like getting muddled together. So I'm trying to sort the details. The big detail right now, he feel like he in this instance, hey, I'm playing a father, and you coming at him wrong because you can't say nothing about his game getting critiqued. And I don't remember Stephen A ever coming at him foul from a personal standpoint. Like these players sensitive, bro. These players sensitive. If your son suck, your son suck. You rushed him up there because we all said he needed to go back. You rushed him. So we got to determine that part first. Let's get to it.
The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside.
Him describing the story this way is nothing but Stephen A. peacocking. That's all he is a tiny little peacock. He got that $100 million deal or whatever. He feel like he an NBA player. It's $100 million. NFL player, because $100 million in the NFL it has a lot more meaning than $100 million in the NBA. There's some scrubs in the NBA getting $100 million. Boy, I think about all the money the Cavs gave. You know what? I'm not about that. But anyway, he feeling himself. $100 million man. like his posture, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil it too much. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna play it. See, yeah. I feel some type of way about Stephen A. but you know what? We're gonna play it.
And I stand up and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around. And a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter.
Crazy.
Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turn around and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you gotta stop talking shit about my son.
The boots fired though, bro.
With my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You gotta stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. Imagining Pop saw that shit, it hit him. Yeah. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it.
Cap. Anybody believe in that? Anybody believe that's a goddamn fool? You're a damn fool. What has Stephen A. not taken the opportunity to boast about himself? Let's call a spade a spade. This man love talking about himself. He's like poor man's Kevin Hart. I know it's kind of crazy to call a motherfucker poor man versus something he $100 million man. But whatever. Poor man's, y'all get what I'm saying to say. So to go down this road, because it's sellable to us. Anybody who don't really dive into stuff, they just hear it, take it in, that's what it is, and move on with something, they'll believe that story. That's a believable story because you could picture, he worked for Disney, you know what I'm saying? So you could picture them being like, you know what, we need you to go on and address this. This is getting attentive in a way that is not favorable for the company or yada, yada, yada. Big company speech. And you can see him having to capitulate because, let's think about it. Stephen A. What else does he do but capitulate? So that story would have been believable. But it's Stephen A. It's Stephen A. So he lying right here. In my opinion. I don't feel like I'm wrong. I feel like I got a good sense for BS. You lied to enough, you'll learn to sniff it out like a truffle pig.
Until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. I'm courtside. That day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere.
We
Watch,
talked about
I
it.
be right? It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this gonna be a scene. Now,
You ever watch somebody who can never, hold on, you know, like you ever find yourself like you see a person who for whatever reason like take the opportunity to shower themselves with immense praises, like they scream their own name from the mountaintops. It makes me think of that "You're So Vain" song or whatever. Stephen A. He a vain little cricket. Like vain, I mean to the core. I question, hear me out with him. I question if something traumatic in his life happened to where he ain't never trying to go back to it. I mean, I think he has a life motivation so big, so deep. He'd go through a brick wall for success. Like, I don't think he has a price. There's nothing he wouldn't do to maintain it. That's always been my issue with him. Like, I don't really feel like any of us really know who he is. He said that a while ago, and I'm like, why would he say some shit like that? And I sat there and thought about it some more. I'm like, I get it. We don't. I don't know that man from a can of paint. What does he stand for? Like, what is his political views and all this other stuff? I think he did back Kamala Harris. So we know that. I question if he even did that. Yes. And to see him with this type of energy. All of a little year or so, he started to swear on this little show, and I get it. You're not under the thumb of the big wig, so you can relax. But think about this. It don't take curse words to know, to get a sense of somebody, right? If they, whatever. Think about Jalen Rose, him on ESPN. Maybe that's why he didn't. They treated him the way they treated him, because I always thought he was too real to be on ESPN. Like, the fact he made it as long as he did is a testament to his willpower to try to find some semblance of a balance. And I think that's the best balance we've seen from anybody, like, in the sports realm, from the hood, represent the hood, urban culture type shit, mess with hip hop. Like, one of us is the way I always put it. And I always would go to like Jalen Rose is that perfect, near perfect example. Nobody's perfect. But yeah, that like, it's just Stephen. I've always had a struggle with Stephen A. Smith. Always had a struggle with Stephen A. Smith. That's my little rant. Like, that's my little rant. We can get back to let's get back to the video. But it's so, that man rubbed me the wrong way, and I got some other shit.
we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at, it ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC, just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon, because like I ain't see Melo's son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son, I never saw these guys until they came pro, because I know. No, it's not that. Okay. I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they on the come up. I'm not covering college, I'm covering pro.
And they can't.
I give him that. That's true. He pull up anywhere, they're gonna say, Stephen A., what you see? In your opinion, is he ready? He look good? Is he the next great? Like, they gonna grill him. So this is the one bit of truth in the whole interview or segment that he told the truth. I gotta give him credit where credit is due. It would have been terrible, especially Sierra Canyon, because you come to see why he in high school. What? Okay, he must be damn near like his daddy. You come to see why he in high school. It would have been terrible. It would have been way worse than what it is now. Because it would have built up more hype. He would have had to be like all-American type freshman year type player. Like, so he telling the truth on that. I give him that. I ain't gonna. Damn. Don't you hate it when motherfuckers you can't stand be right? In this moment he right. I'm like, I give him that. Them boots cold though. Them cold that little boots. Why his boots still bigger than him? Boots are bigger than him. He look frail. And Gilbert got on the little foamy daddies and why everything? Why the shoes not looking like shoes no more? Getting old, bro.
Huh? And they kid. Well, I'm saying, but if I was a college reporter, then I would have had to. But I wasn't. So why am I gonna be there? I didn't want to put that extra pressure. So I never went. I went on national television and announced to the world, I'm not going to see him. He goes to USC. I'm not gonna see him. It's too much. It's too much. And then now he's got to overcome this heart ailment, so I can't judge him. But then they said, oh, he going pro. So then once you say he's going pro, okay, you're talking to the scouts and the evaluators and everybody else. Yo, man, this is them. He'll be lucky to be a second round pick. He'll be lucky, he ain't ready, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't seen him, y'all. I haven't seen him. Then all of a sudden, Rich Paul and others at Clutch, and then the story headlines follow. Boston might be interested, Golden State might be interested, Phoenix might be interested, Clippers might be. You start hearing all of this, and you're like, all right, you know, this could be true or this could be them wielding their magic to make it look such a way. I say nothing. He gets drafted by the Lakers, which everybody knew was gonna happen because, you know, the skids were greased, and he gets drafted.
I think that was the worst thing that ever happened for him. And y'all gonna call me a homer, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm a Cavs fan. I'm a Cavs fan for sure. Beard dry as fuck. The best thing that could have happened to him, and I think the Cavs was gonna do it too, because they good for buying a second round pick. I think the Cavs would have drafted him, and I think that would have been better for him. And I'm not even saying on some okay, cool, we gonna get LeBron type. My Cavs we're doing quite well. You know what I'm saying? We looking good. We ain't gotta talk about it. But on some real, the Cavs D-League developmental team, I think they're the Cleveland Charge now. They used to be like the Canton Charge or something like that. But their development program for that D-League team is wonderful. Like, they develop them kids. You see a lot of the players from that D-League team eventually get some run, and they get some real run with the Cavs. Watch the team next year, regardless of what happened with the Cavs this year. Watch next year. You gonna see one of them little youngins, because they let them cook down there for 2 years, 3 years, and then there go your depth, because you let your depth develop in the D-League. That could have been a good move for him, because it would have been all that pressure to. You at home too. You at home. I think that's whether anybody realized or not, that would have been really good for him to be at home. Support system. Cavs fans gonna love that boy. We watched that boy grow up. We would have gave him the support he needed to go through the development process. We love you on the strip. That's your daddy. Period. That's it. You good here. He would have had time, cook down there, and then when it's time, pop up. LeBron being selfish. He tried to, I think he tried to microwave his son's career, man, instead of let it slow cook. That's the other issue I got with this situation. Like, we ain't even gotta, you know what? Yeah, we don't need that video. We can talk about it. We can talk about it while I smoke and chill with y'all for a little minute. Oh, man, I can't wait to get some new ears. Y'all know these ears is, you know how I feel about them like this. You hear that? That's terrible. I hate it. But let's talk about some stuff. Well, everybody not talking about. There's two grown men both displaying fake ass energy. Cause ain't neither one of them rough riders like that. Let's start with LeBron. LeBron's entire career has benefited from somebody else willing to defend him. Entire career. You ain't never seen a moment where LeBron was really about that. Let me tell you why. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao, I can't think of the cat that's on the team right now. Tristan Thompson. It's another cat. I can't remember from the championship team. But them primarily the ones. Go back and look at videos when LeBron got bumped into or hard foul or knocked down or cheap shot at any of that shit. Them was his ones They ran up quick. That was going. You could almost. They did it so much you could almost bake that into their contract. Like, hey, you owe me some extra bread because I'm gonna have to pull it down a couple of times a season for LeBron because you know how that happened. Go down. I'm trying to get this incident show away. My bad. I might be distracted as fuck. Let me see if I can get that thing. I got my incense blowing. That should get rid of it a little bit better. My bad. I'm in my little smoking zone or whatever. But yeah. LeBron ain't never been that type of cat. And I'm gonna tell you why he doing that. But let's talk about Stephen A. first. He's showing fake, phony energy too. He's the ultimate capitulator, bro. Like it's always, you know how they be like, it's plants in the industry and all that, man. It's all. I can't trust no man that ever signs up to do soap operas. What he like General Hospital or some shit like that? I can't take no black man from no General Hospital. Serious? Let me know what you own. You get. I'm telling you, he thought that was gonna take his acting career and launch it off into the stratosphere, but that hairline was missing just like mine. And they like, no. You ain't got no hairline. You cannot be serious. And we can't act like we can't put one on there because it's too obvious. Like, we seen you for how many years with that 5 head? Like, no sirski. But here's the crazy thing. They both doing the same goofy shit to each other, in my opinion. Yeah, we all familiar with the term. We just heard Drake. We just heard Drake use this term. And it's funny because don't forget, he might be dancing around to Kendrick now, but LeBron was a long time Drake fan. And I wouldn't be surprised if old 5-head Stephen A. Smith is too. But think about this. I just lost my thought. What was my thought? Oh, I got it. Look, I almost forgot it. I got it. Here's the term that Drake used that assesses his entire thing. And I came up with this while I was smoking, because I'm thinking at my optimum levels. Soft op. Don't look confused. You don't remember him saying that? He did that little video with old boy, like, called a motherfucker soft ops. That's what they just did to each other. They treated each other like soft ops. I mean, because if you really somebody who ain't really about that, but you need to have a moment where you look like you is, you gonna pick you a nice little, you pick you something simple and easy. You target something simple and easy. But look, we talking about two big fishes.